What's going on, YouTube? Well, here we are once again in the middle of our medieval metal tournament. This is round 3, and this time we're heading up to Sweden. In fact, it's all in the same town, or city, or whatever it is. Falun, Sweden, from whence both Brothers of Metal and Sabaton have come. So they're going to do battle this week. I just got done checking out Kingdom Come. By the time you watch this, that video will also be available. So make sure you watch that video as well, because these two are paired up. They're battling each other. So there's a point system that I'm going to put in the description if you're not familiar yet, if you haven't seen any of the other videos. There's also a video breaking everything down and describing the point system and all of that. So it not only has to do with view count, but more importantly, likes and dislikes. So if you like this video better than the Sabaton video, make sure you give this a thumbs up. Go over to the Sabaton video. Make sure you watch the whole thing, because you might like it better. But if you don't, give that one a thumbs down, and vice versa. If you like Sabaton better, give this a thumbs down, and so on. I probably shouldn't be screwing up my algorithm like this, but I really don't care. It's a good way to keep score and give you a little bit of power to figure out which band you all believe is better. So I've actually been looking forward to this for a while. I absolutely fell in love with Brothers of Metal when I heard the song Mead, or I should say the Mead song. If you go back through my videos, it's called the Mead Mystery Double. So it may be kind of hard to find. But that's really all I know about Brothers of Metal. From what I can see from this whole album, it looks like they deal exclusively in Norse mythology, which to me is absolutely incredible. So I'm actually going to be checking out 2 songs from their 2018 album called Prophecy of Ragnarok. Or I should say Ragnarok, I believe is how you really say it. I'm going to butcher all this, trust me. And I know my Swedish folks will gently correct me, please, hopefully. But the reason we're doing 2 is because the song I really want to check out is Yggdrasil. But I think the song concerning Norns, it looks like it's a little bit of an intro, the way that possibly these 2 songs go together, because the Norns and Yggdrasil have a lot to do with each other. So in fact, I am going to consult, I'm going to do a little bit of literary flexing here, and consult the Eddas that I recently added to my collection back here. And we're actually going to look at the story of Yggdrasil and the Norns. So if you don't want to know the history and know the direct source that we get this from, which is this here, then I'll put down in the description where the video starts. So just shoot forward to there. Otherwise, I'm going to read this and kind of get us where we should be. So hopefully the band does a good job. I imagine they do a good job of following the mythology, not the Marvel Norse mythology, but the real deal here. So let's take a look at it. Okay, so this book actually contains the full older poetic Eddas as well as the younger Eddas of Snorri Sturluson, which that's what we're going to look at. More specifically of the Ash, Yggdrasil, Mimir's Well, and the Norns. Okay, so here we go. Where, asked Gangler, is the chief or holiest seat of the gods? It is under the Ash Yggdrasil, replied Har, where the gods assemble every day in council. What is there remarkable in regard to that place? Said Gangler. That ash, answered Janhar, is the greatest and best of all trees. Its branches spread over the whole world and even reach above heaven. It has 3 roots, very wide asunder. One of them extends to the Aesir, another to the frost giants in that very place where was formerly Ginnungagap, and the third stands over Niflheim, and under this root, which is constantly gnawed by Nidhogg, is Hvergelmir. But under the root that stretches out towards the frost giants, there is Mimir's Well, in which wisdom and wit lie hidden. The owner of this well is called Mimir. He is full of wisdom because he drinks the waters of the well from the horn of Joel every morning. One day, Allfather came and begged a draught of this water, which he obtained, but was obliged to leave one of his eyes as a pledge for it. The third root of the ash is in heaven, and under it is the holy Urdar font. 'Tis here that the gods sit in judgment. Every day they ride up hither on horseback over Bifrost, which is called the Aesir Bridge. Okay, now here's where we talk about the Norns. Near the fountain, which is under the ash, stands a very beauteous dwelling out of which go 3 maidens, named Erd, Verdandi, and Skuld. These maidens fix the lifetime of all men and are called the Norns. So if you're familiar with Greek mythology, these are like the sisters of fate, basically, from what I can see. But there are indeed many other Norns, for when a man is born, there is a Norn to determine his fate. Some are known to be of heavenly origin, but others belong to the races of elves and dwarves, as it is said. Methinks the Norns were born far asunder, for they are not of the same race. Some belong to the Aesir, some to the elves, and some are Dvalin's daughters. But if these Norns disperse the destinies of men, said Gangler, they are, methinks, very unequal in their distribution. For some men are fortunate and wealthy, others acquire neither riches nor honors, some live to a good old age, while others are cut off in their prime. The Norns, replied Har, who are of a good origin, are good themselves and dispense good destinies, but those men to whom misfortunes happen ought to ascribe them to the evil Norns. And so on, so on. So there you have it. Hopefully they don't read what I just read and then we just duplicate our efforts. But let's go ahead and start out by checking out Concerning Norns. It's only like a minute long, minute and a half. So here we go. All right, so here we go. Thank God there are captions. So here we go. Let me just say something really quick. I'm sorry to pause it already, but the Mead song was funny as shit. So I don't know if this is a comedy band. I didn't even think about that, honestly, if this is going to be a comedy song. But right away it sounds nice. So maybe this is a little more serious. So anyways, I'm very sorry. Her voice is amazing.
Stands an ash called Yggdrasil, a mighty tree showered in white hail. From there come the dews that fall in the valleys. It stands evergreen above Earth's well. From there come maidens very wise.
Really quick, if you're able to read this, it says from there comes the Jews. I don't think it's the Jews. Maybe juice? I'm not sure, but I think the captions screwed that up. So, okay, so now we're going to talk about the wise three. So here we go.
3 from the lake that lies beneath the pole. 1 is called Erd. She's the weaver of faith. Another, Verdandi, who's forever present. Skuld is the 3rd. The future lives within her. Together they carve into the tree the lives and destinies of children, men, and gods. To them, the all-knowing, we pay our dues today, as we bring you our hymn, Yggdrasil.
But that's gorgeous. Okay. Totally different sound, obviously, from the Mead song. So let's check out Yggdrasil. I hope I'm saying that right. It's beautiful.
Rising up from the day of plunder, the ale of yesterday has gone down under. The battlefield awaits my soul to Odin.
Gosh, her voice is gorgeous. I mean, I knew she had some range in the Mead song, but just gorgeous. And I'm just realizing something. The guy Joachim, he sounds a lot like Joachim from Sabaton. Maybe that's a Swedish thing.
To Odin.
Same growly grit thing going on.
Thor, guide me through
voice meshes so well with that growl.
Rise above the mountains, light a fire in the sky, for the blood is running still from the roots of Yggdrasil. Rise above the mountains, light a fire in the sky, carry me to the hill, to the top of Yggdrasil.
What a catchy, amazingly catchy chorus. Amazing. And like I said, they're like singing in unison, basically. But her beautiful, beautiful clean voice with that growly voice, right? That kind of unclean voice. It has such a cool pairing to it. Really cool. It like gives, almost sounds like it gives her voice an effect, you know?
In the hour of final judgment, oh Father, lead my way. When the fire of war reign, I will watch my brothers fall. Our names will be long forgotten. We live on forever.
Shields.
The victorious will rise to the glory of the gods. Rise above the mountains, light a fire in the sky, for the blood is running still from the roots of Yggdrasil. Rise above the mountains, light a fire in the sky, carry me to the hill, to the top of Yggdrasil.
All right, sorry. I didn't want to interrupt the guitar solo there. I couldn't help but laugh. That's the same guy from the Mead song who was like the barkeep in, I guess, Valhalla, where they all went to go get shit-faced, right? And at the very end, he's outside cleaning a glass, and he gets just hit with a random arrow, right? So here he is. He gets hit with an arrow again. But yeah, like I said, much more serious song. Absolutely gorgeous. Super gorgeous song. I can imagine how epic this would be live, you know. And then they had to throw that little goofy part in there. So you could tell the band likes to have fun, which is amazing, right?
In the dust I sworn my hatred from seeing unborn children die. The mother's weeping wastes my soul for vengeance. I ride into infinity,
Blood
and
sacrifice,
as I
sir.
fall, I rise. The victorious will rise to the glory of the gods. Rise above the mountains, light a fire in the sky, for the blood is running still from the roots of Yggdrasil. Rise above the mountains, light a fire in the sky, carry me to the hill, to the top of Yggdrasil. To the top of Yggdrasil.
Super amazing. All right, let's talk about that. So basically, It's taking every ounce of self-discipline in me right now not to just binge through that entire album. Because again, if it's just a big collection of Norse stories, mythology, and things like that, and it's played that beautifully, I gotta have more. So let me know where to go next. I mean, hopefully they move on, but they're up against Sabaton, so we'll see. Hopefully it's a close battle. All the battles have been surprisingly close so far. I've been doing my best to kind of pair up videos that kind of have similar view counts to them, just to try to kind of make things fair. But we'll see. I mean, if you want this band to win, please make sure you share it as much as you can. Not to get me money or anything like that. These are all going to be copyright claimed. I'm not going to get a dime. It's going to go to the bands who deserve it more than I do. But to help them out in this battle, share with as many people as you can, and maybe the band might see it, because if they comment on it and share the link in their personal social media pages, they get huge multipliers to the overall score. So you guys know me, I'm a huge Sabaton fan, but something about these guys. One other quick question I have. Let me know, because as I was kind of briefly researching the names of the band and things like that, I noticed that the two singers had the same last name. Now, I'm willing to bet they're brother and sister, because they look a lot alike. But maybe they're husband and wife. I don't know. Let me know. Or maybe they're not. Maybe there's a lot of... I think Eriksson is the name. Maybe there's just a ton of Erikssons in Sweden. Probably. I don't know. So anyways, I apologize. This has been a super long video, but I like to geek out about this stuff. Hopefully I'll see you in the comments and in future videos and such. But until then, please everybody be safe, be healthy, and be nice to each other.